Hey, welcome back. This week we are gonna do another Italian giallo. This one I'm gonna attempt to pronounce. It is called Concerto per Pistola Solista. That means concert of the singular pistol. Now, it wasn't called this in America. In America, it was called The Weekend Murders, which, once again, they think it's more exciting if they call it something like that. In the other examples, we had I Drink Your Blood instead of Hydrophobia, which is like dumbing down the title, in my opinion. I'd rather it be called Concert of the Singular Pistol. Look at this beautiful artwork here. Not to mention the beautiful score in the background. Actually, the score is kind of whatever to me, but it is kind of pretty. It doesn't really fit the vibe, but whatever. This is such a great poster because we have all the possible suspects of this murder mystery in the chamber here, in the chambers. We've got the inspector, we've got the cop, we've got the niece, we've got all these cousins and everything like that. In this story, which takes place in Suffolk, England, even though it's an Italian movie, the whole thing is shot in Somerleyton Hall, which is this beautiful building. One of the highlights of the movie, actually, is the fact that we have all of the movie basically being shot inside or outside of this beautiful manor. Anyway, the plot of the movie, which actually we get the beginning of the movie, the first scene is like right here. Starts off, this family is having a family reunion. They're playing golf on their own property at the manor. And they're playing golf, and one of these women, one of the cousins, she hits the ball, and as she strikes, she accidentally hits the ground and unearths a dead human hand. So that means there's been a murder. So we've got to figure out who the murderer is, as we do in all the giallos. But in this one, it's a little different. First of all, I've seen other giallos that take place in England, but they have American English dubbing. This one actually has English dubbing. And unlike every other giallo I've seen, this one is actually a horror comedy. I kind of wish it wasn't, but it's nice that it had a different flavor. The reason why I say I kind of wish it wasn't is because the story is so good that when they're like trying to make jokes out of it, it's like the story is just too good for it to be funny. But anyway, they find this hand, which is attached to someone. Okay, I won't say who. It's attached to someone. And then they have to figure out who did it. So there's a lot of goofy jokes and stuff in this movie, but there are so many good plot twists that actually surprised me that as it went on, actually got less silly as it went on, and as it went on, it was so much fun. I didn't even want to try and figure out who the murderer was, because when I try and figure out who the killer is, if I do figure it out before it's revealed, I become disappointed. And so I realized it's actually more fun. Like, I kind of will get a rough idea, but this movie does a really good job playing on each character, making you think it's one character. And now for me, as soon as I see that I'm supposed to think it's one character, I know it's not that character. So it goes to this one and this one and this one. Another piece of the puzzle here that is part of the premise is that one of the family members has died, and he's left his entire fortune, not evenly at all, but just to the one niece. And so, of course, you're going to think that maybe the niece is the one that did it. But then it kind of focuses on someone else. Then it focuses on someone else. And then, all right, I'm gonna tell you a spoiler right now, okay? You've got the premise, and now we're going to get into the spoilers, okay? So, you know, pause it or stop it if you really want to see it. The video is available on Tubi as of this recording. You can go watch it for free. Anyone can watch it for free on Tubi. So anyway, first crazy thing that happens, which was great. The one like nephew or grandnephew says he's gonna go take a shower, but his mother, even though this guy's a full adult, his mother's like, no, you have to take a bath. And he's like whining. He's like, oh, I don't want to take a bath. She's like, oh, just go take a bath. So he goes. Then, you know, no one hears from him for a while. They're gonna go look for him, knock on the door. They go to see him, and what do you know? He's in the bathtub with his throat slit. Pretty graphic. I wasn't sure that they were going to really get into it that graphically, because some of these really early giallos, they're not that graphic. They're really more just like murder mysteries than they are horror. The reason why I'm putting them in this set of reviews is because a lot of them became so grisly, especially once Lucio Fulci and Dario Argento started doing giallos. They're getting pretty serious with the gore. This one, I wasn't sure if it was going to go that way, but we've got this dude with his throat slit in the bathtub. The whole bathtub's full of blood. There's blood everywhere, razors on the ground, and, you know, like, you pretty much can't slit your own throat, I don't think. Like, you could probably start, and maybe I'm wrong on that, but I don't think you're going to get the whole way across with this dude is got his entire throat slit. So you're like, oh, shit. Now somebody else is killed. Now we got to figure out who did it. And so all of a sudden he starts moving, which you don't expect. And then he goes and he peels off the wound, and it's fake. He's not dead. He like did it to himself to like fool and scare his family. Like they're in the middle of a murder investigation and he just decided that he's gonna fake kill himself. And like, it's kind of funny, but also it's just such a surprise. And as soon as that happened, I was like, okay, I'm in. I'm down to watch the rest of this movie. The reason I say that is because I watched this last night. I wasn't planning on watching this one, but I watched another movie, also from 1970, and it was Mark of the Witch, which probably by the time I release this video, Mark of the Witch will have already been reviewed. But Mark of the Witch was so fucking bad that I just had to like watch another one. So I didn't mean to watch so many in a row, but we'll probably have a delayed release for this video anyway. So I just like needed to like cleanse my palate by watching another one. Anyway, we've got this fake death. Then the next death, we have someone stabbed in the chest. And everyone goes to like see, you know, like, is he really dead? No, he's not really dead. It's a fake knife. The guy was just asleep, and the same like nephew who pretended to kill himself just like put a fake knife handle on this guy's chest. So now you don't know what's real, like what's fake, what's real, and all that. So then, you know, even the characters are second guessing if the next murder is real, if the next murder is fake. So that was really good. Also, since we're deep into the spoilers now, at the beginning of the movie, you have this ridiculously stupid cop. He's like drinking milk, spilling milk everywhere. He's like a total bumbling oaf. And you just like are annoyed by him. But later on, they pull in this like investigator detective from Scotland Yard from London. And he comes up from London to try and solve the case. And he's not incompetent, but like every time he tries to figure something out, this like dumb cop like figures it out first. So I really liked that they surprise you because you think the cop is dumb, then he's actually smart. You think the detective is going to be smart, then he actually can't figure this stuff out. They change emphasis from character to character over and over and over again. It's constantly surprised, and at the end, the way they actually build up extreme intensity, and it was just so well done. I'm not even gonna say it because I know some people watch this video without having seen the movie, and you know they just want to watch the whole video. That once they started, they're not going to pause it and go look up the movie or whatever. So if you haven't seen the movie, I'm not going to spoil the ending for you. I'm not going to say who dies, who doesn't die in the movie. I'm not going to tell you how they discover the killer. It's really more enjoyable if you watch this movie and you have no idea. I was going to say something else. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Why is it called Concert for a Singular Pistol? I will say that. I will explain that title. I really enjoy explaining these weird giallo titles. This is called this because at one point in the movie, the killer, and this was so clever. So again, to go ahead and turn it off if you don't want this to be ruined. It was so clever. He rigged up a speaker, put it in a plant, and in another room, he set up a tape recorder, and he recorded like half an hour or 45 minutes of silence, and then a gunshot. So he presses play, the killer, he or she, presses play on the tape recorder, and then leaves, and then 45 minutes later, a gunshot is heard. So then everyone rushes into the room, and the person's dead. And it's actually set up to look like a suicide at that point. And you think it's a suicide, you think the person just killed themselves, but actually, the person had been killed way before. And the dumb cop actually figures out that it was a speaker system. And he says to the investigator, "You're listening to the concert of a single pistol." And I thought that was pretty sick. So that's enough for now. Okay. Oh, actually, one more thing. I do have to say, and I probably will say this a bunch of times, these giallos are great, okay? The thing that makes this movie not, like, perfect, not excellent, is the dubbing. It's really bad in this one. Like, some of these Italian movies are dubbed, like, poorly. This one is horrible. I don't know if they were, like, trying to give all the characters goofy voices because it's, like, a horror comedy, but it's just bad. Like, it's so bad. I really you have to watch it for the story and not think about how bad the dubbing is. It's just, like, goofy, like, almost Monty Python type talk. It's just not good. So the dubbing is bad. I don't know why. I mean, this is a beautiful manor here, okay? It's beautiful. But, like, why are there a bunch of Italian people pretending to be English here? I guess in 1970, people, like, really would not watch a movie where they're speaking another language. That must be the case. But, like, just pretending that they're all Italian. They could have made this movie in Rome or whatever, and had the same exact plot and in some manner in Italy. And, like, I think I just would have liked it a little bit better if they were speaking Italian. But that's just me. So don't let the audio take you out of it. You can hear this music in the background. It sounds like some kind of lullaby music or whatever. It's not. If you watch like Dario Argento's giallos, you hear really good music. And not only that, but Mario Bava did Blood and Black Lace, and that had good music, and that was 6 years before this one. So I'm not really sure why we have to have this, like, lullaby music in it. It doesn't really help anything, but the story is basically perfect. So I'm gonna give this one a 7 out of 10 altogether. If I was only rating the story, it would be a perfect 10 out of 10. But between the boring score and the weird location and the really bad dubbing, we gotta take it all the way down to a 7. Also, the humor in it just throws me off. All right, that's it for this one. Hope you enjoyed. Don't worry, we're gonna do plenty more giallos and all sorts of other films from 1970 in the coming weeks. See you later.